So when science hasn't come up with a level that is, quote, toxic to humans, we use comparison values. So comparison values, it's built off of a wealth of information from chemical societies, DEQ, CDC, EPA, whole nine yards. So there's two numbers that we're going to look at, and that one's for acute exposure. So acute's around a year, and that number is going to be 2,800 parts per billion, which is, I think, higher than almost all of the world.
Oh, very much higher.
Way
And so
higher.
acute, I mean, that would be something like if you were working with, you're in a machine shop or something
Right.
where you're working with this stuff and you splash it on you or breathe it in, is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's not the situation here.
And that 2,800 number is also based off of a juvenile, so we're not looking at a full-size adult. So they start with juvenile-sized people, because we especially don't want them to be affected by it. So the next step is chronic exposure. And chronic exposure in toxicology world is for an entire lifetime. So think 70 years. And that number is going to be around 14 parts per billion, which is around what we're seeing in a few of them, if I'm not mistaken. But you got to remember that you need to be exposed to it for 60, 70 plus years at that level to expect to see health concerns in most people. So, you know, once we put the carbon filters on these units, it's going to bring it back down to non-detect, which is significantly below 14 parts per billion.